Okay, well, welcome to the 2025 Angling Trust Feeder National Championships. We've got a couple of different venues this year. We are in the heart of the Fens. We're on the River Great Ouse at 10 Mile Bank. It's a famous stretch of river down the years, and a couple of sections on the neighbouring middle level drain. It's going to be tough fishing because, like most rivers and most drains, all summer there's been no rain. They're very, very clear. There's lots of fish in them. I think teams that have been practicing have been catching well. So we're talking small fish, roach, perch, pommies, small skimmers. There will be some bream somewhere. They're likely to win the match, but that's individual. We're interested in the team race. What will a team need to do to win? Well, first of all, they're going to need 5 catchers. It's teams of 5. Remember, feeder only, so they're going to need 5 catchers. Don't think there will be any blanks, but there will be some lowish weights. So every fish, every 10, 20, 30 grams will be vitally important. So they'll have a target weight in mind, I think most people. That might be 2 or 3 pounds a man, 4 pounds even. The rivers could fish better than we think. We're expecting a tough match, but these venues, they can change overnight. They can go from being tough to actually fishing quite well. So until the anglers start, they won't know. As I said, it's feeder only, so a little bit different to your normal national. There's a 10-minute pre-baiting period at 10 to 11 before the 11 o'clock start. That allows the anglers to feed the swim via a feeder only. So they'll be having bait up feeders, chucking in and out, getting some bait in. Then they start at 11. There's obviously a few other rules, like a minimum hook length of 50 centimetres, a minimum shock leader of 1 metre if you're fishing braid. So a little bit different to your classic national. But all the lads that are fishing, they're all feeder anglers. Feeder fishing's had a real growth in the last 10 or 15 years. These boys are the top end. They all know the score. And the prize is not only being national champion, it's also representing England in the World Club Feeder Championships next summer. That's in Croatia at the moment. So it'll be a trip abroad for the winners, a chance for even more glory. So the draw is done. Everyone is at the pegs. It's a nice sunny day. There's a good ripple on the water. Hopefully there might be a little bit of colour at the middle level. We pegged it out last night. There was a good bit of colour in those sections. With luck, that will encourage the bream and the skimmers to feed. So we're going to head off to a few sections, talk to a few lads before the start, then we'll see what gets caught. There's quite a few local teams fishing the Feeder National this year. I think it's about half a dozen. One of them is our Census Hot Rods, who fished the World Club Champs not so long ago. We're here on B section on the Wissy Mouth on the Ouse with James Collison, one of the Hot Rods anglers.
Richard.
Relatively local, James.
Yeah, not too far.
Time in.
Been up 2 or 3 times, yeah. Been along this very area really, and caught plenty of fish. But as we know, it can switch off with matches.
It's different in a match, isn't it?
Very different, yeah.
A lot of people have been talking target weights. They've said, £2 a man, £3 a man. What's your team's thought? Steve Welford said, right, catch me £4.
I think 3 to 4 pounds
3 to 4
would be a really good weight, yeah.
What would that be? Just
along here, yeah, roach and perch, I would have said. Maybe more skimmers on the middle level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you catching them? Because there's plenty of river to go at, but you don't have to go that far.
No, I think most of the fish will be caught short and probably close to the weed as well, where the cover is.
Because it's gin clear.
It is very clear.
So they want some cover and depth, isn't it?
That is the main things, yeah.
It's small feeders, small bait, small hook.
Exactly, yeah. Pinky, squats, worms. Yeah.
Do you have a fish number in mind for that weight? Are you thinking?
Probably like 50 fish, yeah, I would have said. Yeah.
It's not a race, is it?
No, definitely not.
Does it get better, or will it be steady all the way through?
I think a good start, and then probably it'll tail off. Maybe a good finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see, and a bonus fish will be some big
perch along here.
Tench as well. So, but you can't target them. Really.
No, they just come along, won't they?
Yeah.
You keep putting the feeder in.
Would be nice.
Be lovely.
Best of luck, mate.
Thank you, Richard.
There's quite a few local teams. There are many that are not. Drennan Barnsley Blacks are one of them. Ollie Scotton is here. Everyone expects you to do well at every match you fish almost, isn't it? They'll say, look at Barnsley, they'll do all right. This won't be easy, will it?
No. I've obviously spent last 4 weeks coming down fivers. We feel like we've got a really good feel at place, but obviously last Saturday put a bit of a spanners in, last Sunday put a bit of a spanners in works. I think they flushed the system through, so it fished rock hard.
A lot of cold water comes through.
Yeah, well, there's some salt water comes through it.
Can do.
which obviously we don't know if that's true or not, but if there's bites to be had, I'm sure we'll be very dangerous.
What are you looking for? Out and out small fish match? I mean, there's fish just topped in your peg there, so there's a few about.
I think this area is going to be predominantly roach. We come here 2 weeks ago and it were all roach fishing, so hopefully if we're getting bites off
Roach and a bonus, that'd be nice.
Yeah, nice, like green thing.
Yeah, a tench, or a bream, or a big perch.
Anything I'll do like that.
I mean, anything will do. It's just, but you can't. It's a brave man that fishes for them, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't fish for them, but you probably hook one in between if you're going to be lucky. But I don't think it's going to be good. I think if you catch 3 kilo,
that'll be mega.
that'll be like that's the target weight, 2.5 to 3 kilo in each section, I think.
So you're looking for sort of 4 or 5 pounds.
Yes, yeah,
Will
which
do,
can be really, really good fishing.
And you could catch those in 2 hours, couldn't you? It's that. With it being very clear and it's a moody venue, the fish can come and go very quickly.
You could catch them quite really, really quick,
So
or it last off as well.
Maximum concentration, isn't it? And very technical.
Well, hopefully technical if you're getting bites.
If you're getting bites, it's working out, isn't it? Where's that next bite coming from? I just said to one of the lads down there, you go 20 minutes without a bite, you think you're doing something wrong. You're not necessarily.
Just knowing your peg, I think, when it's like that.
Exactly. Don't blow the pegs. So, draw looks okay on paper. Hard to know though, isn't it?
Oh, we ain't got a clue. Obviously, they said they wanted us to be near Wissy Mouth in this section.
Which you're not.
Which I'm miles away from it. So, but when in the other sections we've got an M peg in C section, A section. Who knows? At St Peter's, Josh has drawn an area what we think's quite
middle-ish of the section.
But we think it's quite a good area there. And then Will's probably right end of his section, we think. So it's just a case of
not going to know until the match is started.
Me and Mac in our section's obviously a little bit unknown, but the other 3 seem really good.
Seem okay, so it might be 4 good uns and a bad un gets you there.
Fingers and toes crossed.
No, exactly. Well, best of luck, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers. On a gin clear and largely featureless venue, cover and structure is important. As you can see, there's a big railway bridge next to Mark Morris's peg, end peg on B section. It's a peg that gets night fished a lot. There are tench and bream here, but Mark, whether they'll feed,
well, we'll find out. It's very, very clear. As you say, it's known for a few fish overnight. A little bit of cloud cover would be nice, but maybe later. Hopefully I'll catch plenty of bites. I'll get some roach, I'll get some rudd, I'll get some perch. Priority is make sure I get a good point score for the team, Feederland Nomads.
What would that be, the point score? A couple of pound, £3?
I reckon three to 4 pound I'll be quite happy with today.
Yeah.
Anything more than that, realistically, is a bonus.
It is.
I just want a nice positive start.
Just need a good start, don't you?
Yeah.
Nothing worse than not catching and you've 2 hours are gone and you're thinking, I've done it wrong. Which you haven't necessarily, it's just...
Well, hopefully I haven't got it wrong yet, but we haven't started yet.
No, well, we shall see. What's the plan? I mean, there's a lot to look at, isn't there?
There's plenty.
Underarm off the reeds, you've got a willow tree on the far bank.
I'm going to expect
Kingfisher has just flown across.
Yeah,
That must mean
I'm expecting that there'll be a few fish sorts, sort of 13, 15
on
metres.
the pole lines, yeah.
On the pole line. I shall start off chucking over to the corner of that lovely looking willow tree, and hopefully there might be a few early fish over there, and take it from there, really.
Use all of your peg though, haven't you? Really?
You've got to. I mean, I'll probably put a bit of chopped worm in at some point somewhere, just in case I have to go looking for a...
It should be an instant response, shouldn't it? Put some worm in for a perch.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's the first train I've seen.
Oh, it's about the 8th one I've seen. Yeah.
It'll be a quiet day then.
Yeah.
Well, Mark, best of luck, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay. Cheers.
So, Angling Trust Feeder National, Steve, how have you drawn today?
On paper, we've drawn really poor. You need an end or an end but one, and we're nowhere near any ends in any sections. So it's going to be tough. I think it's going to be tough in every section, but being near end pegs is going to be massive. On paper, it should be massively important, and we're not. But we'll scratch, and you know what I mean. Like, reality is, even if we came second, good chance 2 teams will go to World Club. That's what we're here for. So if we can get second, so we'll scratch, you know what I mean? They reckon a kilo here will be amazing, maybe even top 6. So that's my target, and you never know, might get a lucky bream.
And what weight are you looking for? What's the target?
Literally, if we go on last week's practice match, like 500 grams would be good, but I'd like to think I'll maybe do it a bit better, famous last words, and I'm hoping I can scratch a kilo. Right, I just spoke to Rob Wootton, he was on the in practice match. He had 10 ounce, which is what, 300 gram? But he said maybe if you really graft hard, you can get to £2, which is a kilo. So, and he said if you look at the boards in the 20 pegs, I think there are only 4 weights over a kilo. So it's a proper scratching match. As long as there's bites, that's all I like. If I can get some bites, something to work with, then hopefully we'll get some points.
Okay, so we're with Ray Malley on E section, and Ray's the national organiser for the competition here on the river. And how have you drawn today?
I've drawn exactly the same peg as the practice match last week, and considering how hard it fished last week, it's a little bit worrying, but conditions are totally different. There's an odd little roach bin topping, and I'm quite happy at the minute that there might be a few fish to catch. And this is a section that you can possibly win off, so they could show up anywhere, these bream. I fancy down at Peter's because the colour's fantastic down there today. But yeah, I'm not too happy. The team's drawn reasonably well. I think I've got our worst peg. We've got 3 bungholes, which I quite like, and hopefully we can do the business. But Barnsley are drawn well, and we'll see what happens.
So how's it been in practice then?
Practice-wise, so we had a practice match last week, which weren't very good. It was gin clear, sunny conditions, calm, just terrible conditions for fishing. But in run-up, people practicing have all had double figures of fish. There's been lots of skimmers, lots of roach on 10 mile, and everyone's catching between 5 and 15 pound of fish. So they're there, it's just whether it can stand the pressure and the conditions are right for the fishing. So fingers crossed, hopefully we'll do all right.
Okay, hour 1 update. Hour 1 has been spent at the C section at Modley Bridge. We're trying to gauge how many small fish are going to get caught. This is a small fish section. There's very few bream or tench here. So it's your roach, it's your perch, it's your rudd, little pommies. We've had a walk around. There's a sprinkling of small fish dotted around here and there. Some anglers still yet to catch. Some have had 2 or 3, some have had 4 or 5. Mick Viles is on the end peg, on peg 24. We just sat behind him for maybe 10 minutes. He's had 5 or 6 fish while we were there, including 1 perch and 1 roach, probably of 2 or 3 ounces apiece. So good fish to get. That's the side, as you can see behind me, it's largely featureless. That's not reckoned to be the best side of the river, but he's going all right at the moment. So on the other side, we've seen odd fish caught, a couple of netters, a few small fish. Wait for this car to go past. There we go. So yeah, there are some bites to be had. Some anglers still trying to work it out, waiting for the first bite. An odd indication here or there, maybe, just to get them up and running. But it's yeah, it's fishing hard. Of course it is. I think we always knew it would. We hoped it might be a little better, but it's early days. It's only an hour in. It's 4 hours of the match yet, and as we all know with rivers, it tends to get better towards the end. So, be update, might happen, could happen, I'm sure it will happen. There'll be some bites to be had. We're now going to head off to the middle level. We're going to go to the Peters Bridge section, section D, which has been carrying some colour in the last few days. And anyone that fishes a river or a drain will know colour means fish feed. Hopes are very high there. Be some bream and skimmers. It won the practice match not so long ago. Fish are there, with that colour, with this cloud cover, with this wind, they should feed. Let's go and see. Right, well, we're just over halfway through the feeder national. We have come to the middle level drain, come to Peter's Bridge, D section. Heard some fish were being caught. Can confirm that's true. There's been quite a few actually. It's by far the best section of the match. Some small fish to be caught all the way through, some big fish as well. Now, Josh Newman, who's just to my left there, he's been catching small skimmers, sort of about that size steady. He's got about 18 of them for £6, £7 maybe. Tom Moretti is next to him. He's got £5 of skimmers. Rich Vaughan on peg 2 on the very end. Jamie Harrison is roughly on about peg 12. He's been catching as well, pommies and skimmers, so some good small fish weights there, but it's the big fish here that made the run-in. You see just behind me Nick Atkins, he's got a bream and a tench and about £3 of small fish, so double figures there. Steve Cable is 3 or 4 pegs just to my left. He's had 3 tench, all about £3 a piece, so getting on for £10 again. There's an odd breams, a couple of anglers have got a bream, £5 a piece. There's an odd tench dotted around, and in E section at Crooked Chimney, the early pegs have been miles better than the late pegs, and Will Freeman is sat on peg 2. He had a tench and about 50 or 60 dumpy roach, sort of that size, an hour ago. So he may have carried on catching, but they're putting him down for about double figures as well. So we've got 4 or 5 £10 plus weights. We've still got a couple of hours to go. Weather, however, has changed. It's now, we had an almighty rainstorm not so long ago. Now the sun's come back out. The wind has dropped a little bit. It's less than favourable conditions, but fish are being caught. That's the main thing. Other sections, A section at Denver, very hard. Hardest bit of the match, I think. Some anglers are resorting to catching fry just to score some points. So that'll be quite possibly where it's won and lost. B and C sections at 10 mile, steady small fish areas, sort of we're looking at £3 or £4 is leading those at the moment, so quite fair all the way through there. And then, as I said, Crooked Chimney, early pegs, sort of 1 to 8, much better than further down. Peter's Bridge, spread all the way through, to be honest. A few anglers are struggling, but the bulk they've caught some small fish, they've caught some roach, caught an odd skimmer, and as they've said, it only takes 1 bite and a £4 or £5 bream or tench to change everything. So we're going to hang on here a little bit longer, just see if any more big fish get caught. Then we're going to head over to Crooked Chimney, check in on Will, see what weight he's got, see if anyone else around him's caught. Then we have to make the decision for the last closing stages of the match. Where will the individual winner be? Right, welcome to Crooked Chimney E section on the middle level drain. Black as your hat, that rain. It was forecast. It's not looking great. Thankfully, we've only got about 20 minutes of the match left, so we shouldn't get too soaked. Been some fish caught here, especially in the early numbers. We're coming up to peg 1 now. Matt Page of Peterborough, he's got 3 tench. That's going to be double figures. Peg 2, just behind us where you can see the tripod, that's Will Freeman. He's got a tench and about £7 a small fish. He reckons he's got 11 pounds. And there's an angler a little bit further up's caught 3 bream. The bream are elusive along here. They are here, but finding them, nailing them down in any numbers, to catch 3 is pretty good. 1, yeah, 2, okay, yeah, 3, that'll do. What it means for those 3 anglers is good points in what is a tough section. The further down you go, the harder it seems to be fishing. So definitely an early number draw was needed. These boys have capitalised on it. They've got that. Good points for the team. Chance, shot at winning it individually as well. There's still probably 5 weights at Petersbridge in D section. Probably got £10 as well, £12 maybe. That's if they haven't caught any more big fish since we were there. That was about half an hour ago. Could happen. Of course it could. We'll still catch him. We're just stood behind him. He's had a small skimmer and a perch about the same size in 2 chucks. They're still there. He's still adding to that weight. And as we all know, not everyone gets their weights right. Will's pretty reliable. So £11, I believe him. Will that be enough? Well, we'll know in about 15 minutes time. Match has finished. Been a bad day.
It's been a lovely day actually. Yeah, I mean the first half of the match couldn't have asked for more really, and then the second half of the match I fished like a bit of a clown. But there's been a few fish there all the time. But the interesting thing is how the swim has changed. I've not really fed any different throughout the day, but when we started there was plenty of rudd, then perch, then I've upped it a little bit and caught some bigger perch and a tench. I thought, here we go, happy days. Be able to get down the pub for a carvery and put my feet up. And yeah, then it's gone really difficult. But the rudd have come back in little spells, but then there's been a little spell where there's been a load of skimmers there as well. So, I mean, the venue's obviously got plenty of fish in on this stretch. I've been lucky enough to draw one off the end today, the better end. But Matt on the end has ended up hooking 5 tench. He's got three of those out, and he's got quite a few small fish as well.
Close, isn't it? I mean, you say you've got 12 pounds, would you say?
I think so, yeah. I've got 117 fish, including that tench. So the later ones were big, but I've caught a lot of tiny little rudd early on.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be close for the individual, but of course for the team.
Yeah, I've heard there's a guy further up got some bream in this section, and I mean Dave next to me has had a slow start, but then he's caught nice roach and skimmers really well in the second half. So yeah, so he'll end up with a decent weight as well.
End, but you still got to catch him, haven't you?
Yeah, but very interesting day. It's sort of like it's not very often when you start on one line and finish on one line and not
on a natural venue.
Not have to go anywhere else. So
well, good points for the team.
Yeah, I hope so.
Chance of a medal, who knows?
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
7 kilos, 650.
Well done, Will.
£2 kilo, 875. Well done, Ray.
Very big thank you to the chap stood there, Ray Malley. He has, along with Ash Brown and the lads at Kings Lynn. There you go. Start off in A section, winner with 1 kilo, 250 grams, Brad Smith. B section winner, 3 kilos, 300 grams, Mark Morris. C section, 3 kilos, 600 grams, Mick Viles. D section winner by default, 4 kilos, 950 grams, Mihail Berdia. Well done. Cheers. E section winner by default again, 4 kilos, 250 grams, Alan Reevely. Might have gone home. Third place with a bronze medal, winning £350 with 7 kilos, 650 grams, Matt Page. Thank you very much, sir. Cheers. Runner up, picking up £400 with 8 kilos and 75 grams, Steve Cable. Feeder National individual winner for 2025, 8 kilos, 350 grams, Will Freeman.
Thanks, Will.
Okay, on to the team result. Third place with medals, if you can all come up, with 47 points is MKM.
Do mind me all.
Get a medal each, yes. Runners up with 34 points, Feederland Nomads. It'll be a small team pick.
Has everybody gone home?
Yeah. Get me good side in, Lloydie.
Hold on, guys. We'll get... Squeeze in then, guys. Hold it there. 6 miles. That's nice. One more. Show those teeth. Lovely. Thank you.
Well done. So, Feeder National Champions 2025. This has been quite close on a venue where every fish and every point counts. Just 3 points ahead on 31 points, Drennan Barnsley.
Thank you. Sir.
Sorry? Well, this is becoming a bit of a regular occurrence. Drennan Barnsley Blacks win the Feeder National. Lee Kerry haven't won everything this year, but it's been a good year. This rounds the year off, doesn't it?
Yeah,
summer.
It's incredible. This is the final event, obviously, of the year, Richard, and we're really fortunate in the results we've had in the past, but we've never won the Feeder National. It's been the one major trophy that has avoided this team. I mean, the lads, they're shaking. They're absolutely over the moon. They're so pleased. You know, it's a great event to win and be part of.
Tricky venues, aren't they? You've been putting a lot of time in. You haven't just rocked up and...
Oh, far from it.
No. What have you learned about it?
Well, what was really interesting is, obviously, because of the time of the year, we've got people away on international duty, we've got domestic events further up. So we basically worked with the team that we felt could put the time in. They've come down 3 or 4 times a piece. They've realised that there's some good bits, but they've realised there's a lot of rock hard bits. Obviously, came prepared today for rock hard fishing, and that's made a difference for them. We've got some good pegs in the bag, and we've had some not so good pegs in the bag, and it's always your not so good pegs that that win you it.
You've had three, looking at the draw, you've had three that were very good, two that weren't.
Yeah,
so,
no, absolutely.
As you said, you've still got to score your points off those.
Absolutely.
It's easy to come 20th off a bad one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree. And even, in one area, one of our, good pegs was in amongst a set of good pegs, and they figured out a technique to catch those skimmers, which has given them a great result. So, I'm absolutely delighted. It is an incredible thing for us to do, and we're really proud of it.
And not much in it. I mean, 3 points is.
That's nothing. No, it's nothing. It's always nothing. Mac was blanking with an hour and a half to go, and he's made a couple of tweaks, and he's caught himself three fish. So sometimes in team fishing, you have to do that, where you've got people. We've had individual winner in Will Freeman from obviously a good area, winning the match. He's done brilliant. But then it's your Mac Stevens that win you the nationals because they're catching 1 or 2 fish. That's
3 fish. That's 2 points, isn't it?
That's it was massive. It was 10 points today. So we don't win the national without them.
No.
So it's a really good thing. So.
You look at the draw this morning. Did you think, that's a chance, or did you think everyone said there is?
Yeah, I mean,
but it's not like that.
We don't know the venue, but we've had Mick and Will on 2 really good pegs, and that straight away makes you go, well, hang on. We've
Halfway
got 2
there.
good ones, then we could do. But we've had it before, where we've had Mick win the individual before. I came 3rd in my section one year, and then we had 3 very poor ones, and we came nowhere near winning. So it doesn't give you anything; it just gives you a good chance.
Still got to be fished, and no one knows how it's going to. It changes from day to day. The 2 venues, doesn't it?
Every single day it changes. So and we've had some, to make sure I talk about more. I mean, Oliver Scotland's been 9th from a terrible area where he could have easily been 20th. Those around him have been 20th. So getting those points, they make the difference between winning and not. So super pleased.
And a shot of the World Clubs as well, which is...
That's really great. I mean, we've been once before to the World Feeder and we managed 2nd. So, it's so hard to get a medal when you go on these world events. I think the lads will be super buzzing for it. As you know, we've got in England Feeder Internationals within our team. We'll really fancy it. We'll go and have a great go and try and represent England best we can.
So I'll say a bit of time off, but some of the lads have got Riverfest, some have got Feeder Masters, and then your Winter League starts, so it doesn't stop,
it doesn't stop. Feeder King next week, Feeder Masters, and the Winter League's back, and it's all round again. So this is the beauty of having some strong guys in the team and trying to rotate people for the right venues. So it's been great, and as always, like I say every time, like I told you today, thanks to Angling Trust, we've fished 120 peg national championships today. It's fantastic, Richard. Really good. Well, great job.
Pete, you obviously enjoyed it. So.
Yeah, certainly did today.
No problem. Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
The sun is setting in Norfolk, and the sun is set on this year's Feeder National on the Great Ouse and the middle level drain. It's seen a victory for the mighty Barnsley Blacks, but a very close one, only 3 points between them and Feederland Nomads, so very little. And that's on a venue where the fishing has been hard, and a 4-ounce fish can make it. Even a fry in some areas has made a big difference. It's I think the Captain Lee Kerry has said, it's not your section winners that win it for you, it's the lads that finish 10th instead of 15th. That's what makes the difference. And Barnsley have found a way to scratch out just what they need. Just get over the line. Doesn't matter how much you win by, it's all about winning. Successful year for them. They've won the Census Challenge, they've won the Winter League final, they've now won this. They're off to Croatia next year for the World Club Feeder Champs, which something they set their standards by at international competition. Venues have fished reasonably well. Been some lowish weights across the board, but only 6 blanks, which I think is a bit of a result after how hard it was. So that's it, over for another year. All starts again next year. We are on the Ayr and Calder Canal and the New Junction canals, familiar venues to most. Team Survive, if you're interested. Entries come out in the new year. Give it a crack. Why not? It's anyone's to win.